No matter where you are in your healing journey, you still have to practice. You have to remind yourself to be very present, mindfulness, right? You want to remind yourself that even though you've gone through some things, that you can still level up on your healing. You can still get to a place in your healing where you feel like, okay, I can do this. Like, this is going to work out for me. I can make this make sense. Because sometimes what happens is that you'll think that you are healed and then you'll be triggered by something. Baby, listen, those triggers be triggering. Those triggers, they know you better than you know yourself. They show up 20 years later. You think you good. All of a sudden, you want to start a fight now, and you know you can't fight. You know you can't fight. This ain't your average healing chat. It's healing through conversations with me, Loveli Brown. Real talk, deep healing, zero fluff. Hey guys, it's your girl, Loveli, your infidelity and confidence rebuilding coach. And today I wanted to do a quick video. When I say quick, y'all know what I mean. It's going to be a long video, but we want to talk about self-compassion. And what is self-compassion? Self-compassion is the practice of treating yourself with the same kindness, the same care and understanding you would offer to a close friend, to someone who you see who's struggling. It's not about pity or making excuses or even being selfish. It's about giving yourself grace, especially when you're facing pain, failure, difficult emotions. Some of us have some really big emotions that we have to address, and we don't always do that because maybe we weren't taught to address those emotions. Maybe we are coming from a place where we're learning to embrace ourselves in a way that makes us feel whole, in a way that makes us feel scared, in a way that makes us feel very open and vulnerable, and we are not prepared for that. So, at the heart of self-compassion are three main elements. The first element is self-kindness versus self-judgment. Listen, I was a judgy judge, Judy judge, okay? Yes, I was. And really, it was me against me. But instead of beating yourself up for mistakes, failures, and shortcomings, you respond with warmth and patience. I had no patience for myself for so many years because I made the assumption that I had to be 100% on all the time. I had to be the best wife, best mom, best daughter, best friend, best coworker, best employee, the best Black woman that ever black, the black. And really, I was just messed up. I was messed up. And I didn't know how to attach I didn't know how to make sure that I felt worthy of love and respect just as a person without attaching an act of service to it. And I don't know about you, maybe you feel the same way, like you had to always perform, you had to always clean, you had to always um pay a bill, you had to always offer something in order to feel like you were worthy of the love, or else you felt like you were indebted to somebody because it always felt like you had to do something in order to receive something that was kind. And that by itself was so hard. The second element to self compassion is common humanity versus isolation. Like recognizing that suffering, mistakes, and imperfection are a part of it's a shared experience from being a human. You are not an isolated event. Like I know, listen to me. I know you want to be the only one who ever went through that one thing because me by myself, one man by myself, struggling all by myself. Nobody came for me. That's what we want to be because the pain can feel that isolating. Like the incident can feel like you're the only person who has ever had to go through that. Sad note, you are not. You are normal and struggling like everybody else. And that's where building community comes into play so big, because a lot of us have been taught to keep it a secret. A lot of us have been told to swallow our pain. A lot of us have been told to humble ourselves. A lot of us have been told you keep that in the house. Well, if the house is hurting you and the rescue is on the outside, how are you ever supposed to get over these things? Listen, I'm only talking to you from experience because I try to only talk about things that I know about. Listen to me, okay? All right. And the third element to self compassion is mindfulness versus over identification. And I had to really sit down with that one because it means allowing yourself to feel pain without exaggerating or getting stuck in it. You know how easy it is to like pull out the violin, the really small one, and you start playing that sucker and you be living in it. And then, and then, because it can feel like the only attention that you receive sometimes is when you are struggling, when you are in pain, when you are hurting so bad. And you're like, yo, nobody gave two issues about me when I was just trying to work through this. But the minute I expose my pain and I'm on the ground low, I'm not 10 toes down because my toes are in the air and I am kicking and screaming. Now I get all of this attention. And how do I do that? How do I have mindfulness without judging myself or without having to always defend who I am? Like sometimes you just want to be like, this thing happened. And because it happened, I have to now relearn to trust myself, learn how to discover the things about me that I feel are worthy of me, sit inside of self reflection, right? But be very mindful that these things happening to me does not define who I am, and to not stay stuck in that for so long. Because one of the big things that I had to learn about self compassion is that self compassion comes with a lot of grieving. You have to grieve the life, the thought, the idea that you had about what you were going to be, who you were going to be, where you were going to go, how you were going to be it, the person you're going to be with. You have to learn how to grieve those things as they change. And in grief, you learn how to find joy and self compassion. You learn how to trust yourself again. You learn how to not only like combat depression, but you learn how to embrace moments where you are low, but you find joy, pockets of joy in those moments. And that is okay. It's okay to say, hey, this thing is happening to me right now, but this too shall pass. Every day I wake up, I become more indebted to myself. I become stronger about the boundaries that I have. I become stronger with my no's. I become stronger with my yeses. I become stronger with the people that I allow in my life that may or may not be good for me. And then I learn how to um, start having discernment with the people that we allow to keep reminding us. Remember that time you went through that thing? Remember what they did to you? Remember how you went through that situation? Those people are going to have to be exited out of your life. And I know that's going to be hard because you're like, well, who else is going to be here for me? You will. And then you learn how to build community. You learn how to go into safe spaces where people are going through what you've gone through, but they've also made it out, because you can't find healing sitting in hurt. You have to find people who have made it past where you are in their healing journey. So that way, there's a level up, there's a next step up. So, one of the practices, or like quick self care practices that we can try, I've done some of these really good, and I've done some of them really bad. So, you just have to figure out the things that work well for you. So, number one, pause when you notice that you're becoming self critical. When you have self criticism happening with you because you've gone through something or something has happened to you, take a moment. 4, 4, 4, right? 4, you want to breathe in on 4, hold on 4, let out on 4. It's a moment to pause, to regulate your nervous system, your lymphatic systems. You want to learn how to like take a moment before you just go off on yourself or anybody else. Number 2, place your hand on your heart and feel your heartbeat, right? I want you to learn how to be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, and just listen to your heartbeat. Now, I want you to think about that. Your heart is still beating. You're not gone. You may feel gone, but just listen to your heartbeat. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the rhythm of your heart. Just feel it. Sit there with it. Realize how human you are, how beautiful you are, that your heart beats regularly. You don't need medication right now. Or if you have medication, you have the opportunity to have that medication. Your heart is beating at a steady rate. If it's not, what are we going to do? We're going to do 4, 4, 4. 4 count breathing in, 4 count holding our breath, 4 count breathing it out. We're going to calm ourselves down because this heart was meant for more than pain, right? Okay. And if you can, I want you to take your hands, look at me. You see these things? They're so good for so many things, right? It picks up, it loves, it massages, it holds, it writes. But you know what you can do with them? You can slowly wrap them around yourself and you can just hug yourself. Just hug yourself really tight, right? Hug yourself so tight. And remember how beautiful it is that you can hug yourself. Sometimes we kind of self-soothe, right? We tend to rock. We we want to feel I'm still here. I'm still a person. But just gently hug yourself. Just hug yourself and say, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay, because embrace the you have to embrace self-compassion. It's really easy to fall into self-loathing. Self-loathing has a way of like slithering into everything. 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 You hear me? And that's not what we want to be. Self compassion is understanding that you're going to have really, really low days and you're going to have super high days, and giving yourself grace and patience and permission to feel all of these emotions until we regulate ourselves. And the third thing is that I want you to learn how to talk to yourself in a kinder way. I really talk about mirroring exercises. Is when you look at yourself in the mirror, you look straight at the mirror, into your own eyes. When was the last time you looked into your own eyes, right? You look into your eyes. And this is a promise to you because you're trying to connect with your soul. You're trying to connect with your spirit. You're trying to connect with your ancestors. You're trying to connect with the 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 you that you sometimes forget, because you are divine, babes. That's why you're doing this. That's why you're trying to heal. So you can say something to yourself like, I am doing the best I can. I am doing the best I can. Or you could say something like, it's okay to be a work in progress. That's, honey, that is all, it is all of us. We are all a work in progress because there's no such thing as fully healed. If you ever broke something, it will forever be a little broken. And that's what we're working on. Or you could say, this moment is hard, but I will get through it, because I can guarantee you that you've been through worse and you still made it work. We just have to learn how to heal in ways that feel more connective, where we feel more supportive, where we have more safe spaces that allow us to embrace our emotions and feel our emotions, that allow us to be heard, seen, that allow us to validate our emotions, but who also call on us to be like, hey, you've been here for a little while. I want to check in with you and see how we can help each other get past this space. And I don't mean jump over it. I mean, walk through it to get past it. You have to walk past those fearful doors. You have to open up that door, get past the fear, because you should have the faith in yourself. That's what we're building, the faith in ourselves to know that when we walk through the fearful doors, that we are still going to be good on the other side. And that is something that I always think about when I'm talking about self compassion. It can be really, really hard, so hard to love ourselves when we've been betrayed, or when we feel like the hurt is so deep. The hurt is so deep because you cared. And when you care that much, that means that your heart is so full. It is so full and so open, and it has so much love inside of it. And we don't want to let some two bit trifling scallywag take away all the joy that we're allowed to have, because they did some things that you would never think about doing, right? Like, remember, the healing is for you. I'm not here to heal the relationship. I'm here to help heal the person, because you'll decide as you're healing if that relationship is made for you or not. So tell me what you think. What are other ways that you show yourself self compassion? I really want to know, because those are the ways that I build this platform into a safer space for all of us, so we can talk about all of these different things, and it just can give us more compassion. So I want us to think about ways that we can boost our emotional resilience. I want us to think about ways we can reduce anxiety, depression, and shame. I want us to encourage ourselves to have healthier motivation rooted in growth and not fear. And I want to help us really learn how to build stronger and more authentic relationships, because we're all we have, right? This circle of love that I'm trying to build, this circle of compassion that I'm trying to build, this safe spaces that I absolutely am working on, is a place where I want us to be okay with not being okay, because eventually we will be okay. But sometimes you need somebody to like pat you on your shoulder, somebody to tell you, hey, I've been where you are. Here are a few ways to help me out, but I want to figure out what works best for you. And that's why I'm here. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for listening. Lovely out. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you found some healing, connection, and joy. Until next time, bye, loves.